Previously on Gears.
Listen, we have two superstars joining us in the studio this afternoon. It is we've got the third one on his way here, but seems they got a little bit lost. And I'm sure the boys will take the mickey out of him as well. First of all, Steenkamp from Pretoria Noord Toyota Kawasaki team, 1000cc, and of course Robert Portman, the MTech Yamaha team. Guys, welcome to Gears and Balls Visual Radio.
Thanks, Sasha. Thanks.
Great to have you here. Steve, let's start off with listen, I mean, you folks are going to race against each other. Did you race against each other last year, Robert?
We have for the past 2 years now, I think,
Is it?
since Stephen joined the Nationals. And
So who's better?
I'm very happy to say I think I've thrashed him every time.
You've drilled him, eh?
Drilled him.
Drilled him.
There's a
Completely.
reason.
There's no
there-
reason.
No,
I drilled him.
That's it. You got drilled, eh, Stephen?
Okay. No, I did get drilled, but this year things are going to change. This
Yes.
year I'm on the Kawasaki and he's on the slower bike.
Oh, really? Hey, yo, Kawi against the Yummy,
Uh-huh.
1000ccs. I mean, those are pretty big buggers to get around there. Let's talk about the season that is coming, Super Series. First of all, Robert, great that we're back at Kyalami this weekend.
Yeah, so happy to be back at Kyalami. It's the motorsport park of South Africa. So we haven't, I think, raced there competitively properly. We did one last year, but up till then, 2 years before that. So I love the track. I know my Yamaha Big Bang is going to love the track as well. So just keep these guys behind me. Yeah.
You know, that's what
That's
it's
the plan.
that's what it's going to be about. Robert as well. I mean, listen, you are known as one of those truly fearless kind of guys. I mean, you go for gaps that most people don't even see. Does it intimidate the other guys?
I used to. It's getting harder now, getting older, and you got a diary full of stuff to do on Monday. But yeah, if you're not going to do that, then don't go racing. You know, racing's about bumping handlebars and bashing fairings. But we're all good mates. You know, you can laugh about it afterwards after you've murdered each other. But it's all part of the racing. If you wanna be a winner, that's what you got to do. So yeah, if I see a gap, I'm going to take it.
Yeah. Stephen, on the other side, you less experienced than Robert when it comes to national kind of racing 1000cc bikes as well. You said 4 years. Has it been 4 years on the thousands?
4 years in total on
Okay.
1,000. I started racing with 1,000, so I don't have any experience on 600.
Okay.
I started with a big bike straight away.
Now, in terms of that, I mean, as you say, now you got a Kawasaki this year. It's hair raising kind of stuff. Bike setup. Are you very, very excited about the season? Are you confident that the bike's going to really, really perform?
I'm happy, I'm confident. We haven't had much setup on the bike yet, but we'll see how it goes. We've done about 3 track days with the Kawasaki, and Yami's doing the setup, and I think it's going to be good. The bike's a lot stronger than the Honda. I've always been on the Honda,
Okay.
and it's got traction control, which gives you a little bit more confidence. And yeah, can't wait to see Robbie on the track.
Well, hopefully in your mirrors.
And my
Hopefully in your mirrors. Never. Oh, I love this banter. I love this banter. Guys, I hate to bring up tragedy, but, you know, it's amazing that, you know, a lot of people who watch motorsport, a lot of people who support motorsport, we all think that it's just, you know, it's like somebody going to go and hit a tennis ball. The elements of danger are incredibly high. And as you said just now, yeah, it's all about, you know, bumping fairings and mirrors or whatever. But there's a healthy respect amongst everybody as well there, Robert. I mean, you know, nobody deliberately wants to go and try and injure or take somebody else out.
No, 100%. We all have that respect for each other out on the track. And unfortunately, the accidents we saw at Kyalami, which is freak accidents, you know, it wasn't a case of the track was dangerous. It wasn't a case of anyone being foolish. It's just those freak accidents that we see from time to time. And it's really unfortunate, but like you said, there is the risk factor. But, you know, we do it because we love it. And just as long as you respect the motorbike and respect motorsport, you're gonna have a good time doing it. So that's what we try and do.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with more. And I think, you know, I'm urging everybody who's listening to go out to Kyalami, of course, this coming weekend, because it's always such a fantastic day just to go and watch some motor racing, which is always a tremendous amount of fun. Stephen, what makes a good motorcycle racer? What is it that really separates you from, I don't know, if you've got a teammate or somebody else that you know that you're better? Why are you better than somebody else?
I think it all comes down to competitiveness. If you're not competitive, then you're not going to do well. Then you're just going to ride safe the whole time. And it is a dangerous sport, like Rob says. But also, I don't think it's a sport where people should die. I mean, I've been in and out of hospital so many times, but broken bones and stuff, but it all heals. And the more fear you've got, the slower you're going to be. So you need to put the fear behind you and be competitive.
Yeah, very, very good. Very, very good points. I think a lot of people, I mean, that's why two wheels and I just don't get on. Whether it's a bicycle, I'm just complete. I love watching you guys. I think you're completely bonkers. But the element of safety, you know, in terms of the gear that you wear nowadays, Robert, I mean, it's quite incredible how things have progressed.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Rossi and them, the Dainese suits come out with airbags and stuff now. So it really is developing to try and do whatever you can just to help that safety aspect. But like I said, you got to respect motorbikes. I said so many times, I love motorbikes. I have my own bike magazine. But on the road, I just see guys not respecting bikes. And those are the guys that land up getting hurt. So just if you respect motorsport, it 99% of the time respects you back.
Yeah, exactly, and it's always terrific fun. The great thing about the Kyalami circuit, you've got to admit, Robert, is you know, the overtaking places that you can, especially on the bikes, through the S's, down the mine shaft, into the bowl, down the straight. I mean, it's a really, really classic track, especially, I think, for bikes.
100%. It's got everything. You know, you go up to West Bank, you get on the brakes, and the thing backs in, and then you can get it sliding coming out. The mine shaft's got the pace. Then you on the brakes down into second gear for the bowl. So it's got everything, and it's like you said, it's a nice place to pass. You can really line up 3 corners in advance and say, right, Chris or Stephen, you're mine into the last turn, and get him on the brakes and then hold him off to the line. So that's my plan for the weekend.
Quite simple, eh?
Yeah, it's that simple. I just keep him in front of me, let him do all the hard work, and then on the last lap just say, well, thanks for that, but I'm out of here.
Awesome. Stephen, tell us a little bit about the bikes. It's 1,000cc. Yours is Kawasaki. Robert's is a Yamaha. What are you allowed to do in terms of the bike? How different is it to a bike that you go and buy in the store?
Okay, it's pretty much the same.
Oh wait, hold on before you carry on there. Oh, he's just arrived. I tell you, I hope your BMW is a little bit quicker than you getting here, Chris. Move that mic closer to you, there, my friend. Chris
He's always
Leesen.
used to coming in last, so don't worry.
Oh, here we go as well. It's great to have Chris here as well, the BMW Motorrad team. Hey, so last year you were Ducati. I remember watching you in the Ducati.
Yeah, we were the only Ducati last year.
Yeah, so it's good to see you. Geez, last time I saw you were about 10.
Still looks 10.
He still looks 10. Okay, Chris, we'll get to you in a short while. Steve, just tell us a little bit about it. It's 1,000cc. How does it differ from what you can buy in the shop?
Okay, well, it comes out pretty much the same as you buy in the shop. It's the same bike where you can do extras on the bike. So now this year, rules change, and then, like this year, we're allowed to do kit ECUs and internals and rear shocks and bazaars. Every year it changes, but it's pretty much the same bike as you can buy in the shop, just with a lot of extras on.
Okay, oh geez, I lost my train of thought there. So yes, you can put, but is it well governed, guys?
Now it pretty much is. You know, the last couple of years, with especially the ECUs,
Yes.
they had to be stock standard, but guys were finding ways of flashing it
Manipulating,
or
yeah.
getting into it. So now the ECUs are open. So now we're all pretty much on a level playing field. And what it also does is it brings, at the moment, the BM and the ZX10 are probably the fastest bikes to have, but it just brings the Yamaha, the Suzuki, and the Hondas more up to a competitive pace.
Okay.
So that's really why they've opened it up, and it's the same rules as European Superstock overseas. So we're not having to jump to a different level when we go overseas to try and compete.
That's great.
We're riding similar kind of bikes.
Yeah, that's very nice to hear. I like that. Chris, let's bring you in here. BMW, you know, a very, very quick bike. We know that very, very well. How much testing have you done? Because I mean, it's a new team for you.
Yeah, look, the new BMW Motorrad team's very professional, and even the team boss Rob Holder, he's been out testing with us because
Is he good?
He's very good. You know, when it comes to computers and stuff, he's very clear.
No, man, I mean on the track.
Him?
Yeah.
No, none of them actually got on with us, you know. So that's how they got us.
Yeah. So now the whole thing, I like this idea about open ECU. Okay. So I mean, it's like a question if Kawasaki have managed to sit there and map their bike, you know, just superbly. Yamaha is sort of halfway there, BM behind. Does it allow the teams now to go and explore other ways to get to map it even better?
100% it does. Obviously there's a cost involved, which is
Sure.
the problem, but the commission's doing quite a good job of trying to cap that cost. I think it's
Okay.
like 12 or 14 grand or something, but it just eliminates anyone else, you know, me saying, oh, Chris, the BM's a better bike because they've got the HP map and they can run an HP map, and the Yamaha ECU couldn't do anything. It just opens it up now, and like I said, it makes the Yamaha, which in fairness, to be honest, wasn't the most competitive in a stock trim compared to the BM and ZX, but now modified with the ECU and the thinner head gasket and stuff makes it a really competitive bike now.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I get a little bit concerned when all of a sudden it's just open-ended, that all of a sudden you could get one outfit or one specific brand that's going to completely dominate. But it seems as though, if anything, this is actually bringing it closer, Chris.
Look, it's actually got more to do with brains now, where it used
Well,
to
listen,
just be balls.
motorcyclists, nobody's got brains.
No, sure. But
You know
now
what I
it's-
mean?
it
You
comes
just
down
got
to-
grande balls.
It just comes down to more technical support at the moment.
Okay.
It can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing. If you got someone that can sort out your technical aspects, you can go forward. Where it can hold you back as well if no one's got a clue what they're doing.
All right. Now, couple of things regarding this weekend. Steve, weather, always unpredictable in Johannesburg this time of the year. Let's all hope for dry racing. It's always much nicer to watch. And then also your practice and your qualifying. I mean, for you guys in the bikes, it's pretty hectic stuff, isn't it?
Oh, it's pretty hectic, especially because it's the first race of the year. Everybody's nervous. Everybody wants to know who's on what bike and how they're going to do on that bike. So you're not sure what's happening yet. And there's so many stories that you hear throughout December and January. But, I mean, the proof's in the pudding now with testing and qualifying.
Yeah. Friday's test day, Robert.
100%.
Do you guys, I mean, you keep it to yourselves or share it with us. I mean, is there any time that maybe during the course of the weekend you just sit there and say, I've got extra power, but I'm not going to show it as yet. I'm going to sandbag a little?
I don't think so. No, I think every time you go out, I mean, your warm-up lap, you try and be the fastest type thing.
Yeah.
So, no, it's balls to the wall from the first lap to the last lap, because you want to come in and you want to pick up that timesheet and see your name on the top, because there's nothing worse than when you've ridden your heart out and you come in or you come across the line and your pit board says 2 seconds slower than you think you've gone.
Yeah.
It's like a slap in the face. So,
No, it does hurt.
No, you go out and you want to be as fast. Obviously, you've got to get good setup. You can't go fast without setup. So it's pointless going out there rotating around on a bike that's not capable of doing the time. So you've got to give feedback to your team. Like Chris says, your team is probably 60-70% of your success, because without a good team behind you, you're nothing. And luckily this year I'm with the best team in the world.
I like that.
You like that?
I want to. There's a couple of things I want to ask
Another
you.
race.
Yeah. Now, Chris, in terms of we've spoken, yes, EC Opens, ECUs. Steve's told us a little bit about what you can and cannot do. Is there a weight restriction, or in terms of the bike, do there have to be a minimum kind of weight?
Yeah, I think the minimum weight's 160 dry weight, without oil, without petrol.
Okay.
And then last year with the Ducati...
With the bike, with a rider.
No, just the bike on
Oh,
its own,
okay. All
on
right.
the scales. And the Ducati was on the limit. That was one of the lightest bikes, but it didn't have the horsepower.
Yeah, well, that was the problem. Okay, so those are things. Tires, Steve. Everyone uses the same tires. What brand of tires do you guys use?
We're all on Pirellis.
All on Pirellis, and do you have a choice to choose a soft
You
front?
can choose SE1, the soft rear, or SE1 soft, the front, but most riders go SE2 front, which is like the medium compound,
Okay.
and SE1 rear.
All right.
We only do 10 to 12 laps, so
Okay, yeah, a 10 to 12 lap kind of race. Do you get different? I mean, it's like from Formula One here, but I mean, do you get different compounds at different tracks? Do tracks vary, or is it because it's a short race, you know that you can get the maximum out of what you've got?
Like Steven said, you pretty much stick with the SC1 rear because the laps are so short. So after about 4 or 5 laps, you do start suffering with loss of traction, but it's the same for everyone. So, and the SC2, I know Pirelli are developing it, but at the moment it's just nowhere near up to scratch as the one. So, like Steven said, we all pretty much, the only gamble you do take is a SC2 front or SC1. Like the coastal tracks in Cape Town, the SC1 softer front sometimes works a bit better. But up here in Joburg, like Kalami, with the pressure you put on the front, SC2 is the way to go.
All right, and Chris, in terms of the Pirelli tires, is it the same as what they're using in the Super Stock World Superbike Championship?
They do look the same. Everyone says it's the same, but with experience, I've been over there in the Superstock Championship. They're not the same. The compounds do differ. They are more stickier. Look, also the track conditions differ there. The tracks
You just got to drive faster, Chris.
Yeah, that's
Ride faster. I promise you, the heat gets in there. I know the
I
theory.
can't go any faster. Then I'll lap the second place as well.
Listen, it sounds like it's going to be a terrific weekend. How many races during the year?
9 rounds.
Yeah,
9 rounds. Okay,
yeah.
so it's 18 races.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, which is going to be.
Cape Town, Port Elizabeth,
Yeah.
Quayside in
But
Welkom.
we're not back in East London.
No, we're not, and I'm quite happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah, no, because it's a bit
I'm
of a
quite
hairy.
Yeah, I
hairy
don't like
track.
riding on streets.
Yeah, a bit of a hairy,
Bumpy streets.
bumpy streets, and then also into the sea sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, a little bit crazy. Guys, it's great to have you here in the studio. Thanks very much for coming. Stephen, Rob, Chris, I'll be definitely seeing you guys on Saturday, and I urge everybody else to come through. I think it's going to be a terrific day back at Kyle Army this weekend. May the best man win out of the three of you. I'll try and support all of you. Okay.
I'll give you a Yamaha shirt when we leave here.
Well, you see, now I'm already going to the yummies. It's one of those things.
Well,
Guys,
got a bummer. You want food and drinks?
oh, here we go. Now we
I can
just
give you a van.
double cab.
Okay,
I'll
I got a
get you a
double.
van sponsored by Extra
Jeez.
Motor Group. It's
No,
fine.
that's amazing. Guys, I wish you all of the best. Be safe,
you very much,
but
Sasha.
be very, very quick, and look forward to a great, great season of 1000cc racing in Super Series. All the best.
Thanks for having us.
All right, thanks, guys.
Weekdays from 12 to 2 p.m. Central African Time.
Beautiful.
Gears with Sasha Martinengo on bulls.co.za.